Are you moving to Madrid and you're wondering about which ones are the best suburbs you can look at? Well, in this video I'm going to show you my favorite suburb areas right here in Madrid, Spain, so stay tuned. What's up everybody, this is Pablo Jurado from the Keller Williams Realty Group in the northwest of Madrid. I've been living here for over 30 years and I live and love this city every single day. Today I'm going to talk about some suburbs which are just awesome to live in, but this doesn't mean that they are the best for you. Madrid metro area is quite a wide region with over 6.7 million people, and there are a lot of great areas to look at depending on your needs and your lifestyle. So if you're thinking of moving to the Madrid metro, don't hesitate. Give us a call, send us an email, or fill out the form in our website livinginmadridspain.com. You have the information in the description down below. We absolutely love to help people relocate or invest in the Madrid area, and we can make that transition so much easier for you. Okay, let's dive into it. I have quite a list here, so I might have to split this video in two. Because, as you will see, the suburbs I'm going to talk about are very different from one another, so be clear that this is not a ranking, although of course I have my favorites. Therefore, in each of them, I will give you some information about it, and I will rate them in several categories, like how family-orientated it is, how many international schools are available nearby, how big is the expat community, the arts and culture of the town, what's the landscape and nature around like, is it beautiful, and of course affordability. So I will rank it worse the more expensive it gets. Plus of course I will also point it on the map and tell you how far it is from Madrid downtown, so you can get a general idea of each of these suburbs. I'm going to start with those suburbs located in the north along the M607 highway and the A1 freeway, and I will go clockwise till I get to the northwest, which I think is the best, so don't miss the end of this video. Let's start with Tres Cantos. Tres Cantos is located 22 kilometers north of the capital on the axis of the M607 highway. It was part of Colmenar Viejo until its segregation in 1991. Due to its proximity to the city of Madrid, it stands as a dormitory town for the capital, but also as a business city, since many companies have their headquarters in Tres Cantos. Tres Cantos is an example of a planned city, with many green areas and urban parks. It is a modern city with a high quality of life and very young population compared to the average of the region. It has a huge number of social activities and services, such as cultural centers, cinemas, shopping malls, and sports facilities. So it is no surprise that Tres Cantos is one of the fastest growing communities in Madrid, with over 17% growth in the last decade. As for schooling, there are 3 international schools with either American or British education system, as well as the International Baccalaureate program, among many other schools, both public and private. Housing here means choosing one of the most expensive areas in the suburbs, with over 3,200 euros per square meter. And although there are a few independent houses and some terraced ones too, the typical home here, and what you will find mostly, is mid-sized flats or condos inside residential buildings or urbanizations, with communal services like pool, parking lot, and that sort of things. San Sebastián de los Reyes is located 18 kilometers north of the capital on the axis of the A1 highway. With over 90,000 inhabitants, Sanse, as it is commonly known, has an average income 37% higher than the national average and one of the lowest unemployment rates too. This is mainly due to the existence of almost 7,500 national and multinational companies based on the municipality, a powerful industrial sector that acts as a hub for the region, and the high purchasing power of the residents of the urbanizations Club del Campo, Fuente del Fresno, and Ciudad del Campo. In fact, let's talk about these and other housing differences here. San Sebastián de los Reyes has 3 different areas. The city center is where you will find the older buildings, but also many services and stores in a 5-minute walk. Most homes here are small to mid-sized condos under the 120 square meters. Then you have the expansion areas surrounding the city center. There you will mostly find mid-sized flats from 1 to 200 square meters inside big urbanizations with lots of communal services like pools, parking lots, storage rooms, paddle courts, etc. Many of them were built very near to some of the biggest shopping malls in the area, so it's typical for young families. And third, you will have the luxury urbanizations, where you will basically see independent lots with massive houses in private and tranquil housing urbanizations. Now, despite the wealthy community this is, we can hardly find any international schools in the municipality. In fact, there's only one. However, the nearby suburb of La Moraleja, which I will talk about later, is home to some of the most prestigious schools in the whole Madrid metro. Now let's go to Alcobendas. Only 15 kilometers from the capital to the north, Alcobendas is very much like San Sebastián de los Reyes. In fact, they look like twins separated only by 2 streets. Also, the lifestyle is pretty similar in both cases, as you also have the city center with older and smaller flats, the early 2000s expansion area with lots of relatively big residential complexes with community services such as swimming pools, gyms and playgrounds, and you have La Moraleja crossing the A1 highway, which, although it belongs to Alcobendas administration, could be explained as a suburb of its own. Moraleja is one of the top-notch areas in the whole country. It has 2 types of buildings: luxury residential complexes with big flats and the best qualities you can find, and the luxury villas area. Moraleja is also home to one of the most prestigious golf clubs in the country and some of the best international schools of Madrid too. And this is one of the reasons why many people, both locals and expats, who can't afford a house in La Moraleja still choose some of the other areas in Alcobendas to live in. So they can be near to these schools as well as the wide job offer and the many facilities that this city has to offer. Okay, we're already halfway through this video, and I have 3 more suburbs to talk about. Before I go with them, let me ask you something. Do you find these videos interesting? Then please hit that subscribe button and the ring bell so that you don't miss any of our content. It really helps us grow and reach more people like you who are seeking information about Madrid. So let's continue! Although many expats come here with their family and therefore schools are a main issue when making the decision of where to move, many others don't. So the next 2 suburbs I'm going to talk about don't have any international schools nearby, but on the other hand, they are awesome places to live in, and I will tell you why. First of them being Alcalá de Henares. With almost 200,000 inhabitants, it is the biggest and the most beautiful city of all the suburbs we are talking about. Like most suburb areas, which are historically little towns or villages that have grown exponentially within the last decades with lots of residential areas, Alcalá has almost 2,000 years of history, since the Roman Empire founded the village of Complutum, or even more if we attend to the Celtiberian Castro from the Iron Age, or even archaeological sites from prehistoric times. So, as you can imagine, Alcalá is full of history and culture. For example, the 15th century university declared World Heritage by UNESCO, the Calle Mayor, the Archbishop's Palace, the Gothic Cathedral, the birthplace of Miguel de Cervantes Museum, the Comedy Corral of Alcalá, one of the oldest theaters in Europe, and the Laredo Mansion, among many other cultural heritage, which earned in the recognition of World Heritage City by UNESCO in 1998. But Alcalá is not only history and culture. 31 kilometers east of the capital in Alcalá, you will find absolutely everything you need to enjoy the typical Madrid style, but without the burden and the rush of Madrid's downtown. You have amazing bars and restaurants, nightclubs, 5 theaters, 7 shopping malls with all sorts of shops, cinema and entertainment venues, and of course you will have a huge amount of leisure and sport activities organized throughout the year, like the Jazz Festival, Gastronomic Week, the Cervantes Market and many others. But what about the housing here? What is it like? Well, as you may imagine, with nearly 200,000 people living here, you have absolutely all the options you want. From the little flat in the center of the city if you prefer to live the city to the full, to those most tranquil urbanization areas with independent villas or terraced houses. As for prices, Alcalá is one of the least expensive suburbs in this list, barely surpassing the 2,000 euros per square meter on average. And not far from Alcalá, but much closer to the capital, I want you to take a look at a very youthful town, full of surprises. I'm talking about RIVAS-VACIAMADRID, commonly known only as Rivas. With its nearly 100,000 inhabitants, it is the youngest town over 20,000 inhabitants among all the region in terms of average age, only 32 years old. It is different to other Madrid areas in many ways. To start, the most popular sports here are not soccer nor basketball, but American football and hockey, among which they have competitive teams and are national references. But it is also different in social consciousness. It is the most disruptive, progressive and transforming suburb with policies and cultural acts focused on social inclusion, cultural diversity, feminism and ecologism. Other great things about Rivas are that it is in the ranking of the 10 cities with the least unemployment rates and with the highest life expectancy at birth. It has one of the lowest poverty rate and the fewest empty homes. It is only 15 kilometers away from Madrid and it is really well communicated both by bus, commuter train and a metro line. With an average price of 2,500 euros per square meter, it's just a little more expensive than Alcalá de Henares, which I just mentioned, but it is definitely cheaper than the A1 and A6 suburbs. So overall, we could say that Rivas-VACIAMADRID is a great place to live. And last but not least, we're going to cross Madrid from the southeast to the southwest to a small city with no more than 30,000 inhabitants in the southwest of Madrid. This is Villaviciosa de Odón. I know, the name is a bit tricky, but here you will find the quality of life of the most expensive suburbs in Madrid, but with lower prices. Here you will find a very tranquil town with a beautiful historical center and with 17th and 18th century buildings. But there's also the 1496 castle and its surrounding gardens, as well as some other buildings of historical interest. The town is also by the natural protected area of the Guadarrama River Basin, which makes it a perfect place to enjoy the surrounding nature with a nice walk or a bike. As for entertainment, Villaviciosa is only 10 minutes by car to some of the biggest and most popular malls in the whole region, like the Xanadu and Ex-Madrid malls. And it has lots more to offer, like a karting pitch, a beautiful golf club, and lots of activities throughout the year, both for children and adults. There are a couple of international schools too, and it is home to one of the most prestigious private universities in Madrid with a nice campus. So if you think Villaviciosa de Odón is your kind of place, the house market here is usually divided into 3 areas. The center, where you will find the majority of flats and some terraced houses too, and the other 2 areas, the castle area and the woods area, where independent villas and twin houses are predominant. And this is it for the moment. In the next video, I will be covering the area surrounding the A6 highway, which is my personal favorite, so don't miss it. As you see, there is no one suburb better than the others. You just need to find that place that best fits your expectancies. And as I said, we are local real estate experts here, and if you have any questions, or if you're thinking of moving to the Madrid Metro, reach us any way you want. We'd love to help you out to find your ideal place to live. But we can only do that if you reach out to us, give us a call, send us an email, or fill out the form in our website, livinginmadridspain.com. You have the information in the description down below. However you do it, we got you covered when moving to the Madrid Metro. Also, check out our other videos and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the ring bell to receive notifications about all our upcoming content. Until the next video, catch you later!